Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Red Devil Radio. The ladies are on the court this evening. The Marshfield Pirates are on the court along with the Coquille Red Devils. Looking forward to a good game. The boys just had their game and unfortunately suffered a pretty good loss. The Marshfield Pirates beat the Coquille Red Devils with a score of 65-18. However, key players were missing off the Coquille bench this evening, and just a tough game for the Red Devils all the way around.
It really was. Well, Peyton Leap is out. He got that leg injury actually 2 games ago.
Yeah.
We saw him on the sideline. It was really bothering him. He came back even last game, and it was really bothering him a lot.
Well, he took another shot to the leg last game.
Exactly. So what happened with that is, when I was talking to Coach Brandon, Coach was saying, look, he does not need to get injured anymore. We're getting ready to start league, and we need him. And so I'm not going to put him out there and to have any more of an injury, the one that he's got, to get, worse. But again, congratulations to Jackson Corbis. He did get our athlete of the game. That's sponsored by Emily Shorter Funeral Service. And that's Jay Weston, which also, Jay, I don't know if you're listening or not, but congratulations for your engagement to Jamie. I know,
fabulous.
Yeah, I've known Jay a long time. I'm really, really happy for him. So if anybody sees Jay, tell him Lee says congrats. Well, I already did. Tell him congratulations. But anyway, your pregame report brought to you by the City of the Coquille here at the Coastal Coffee broadcast booth. The Lady Red Devils are feeling really, really good about things. They went ahead and our last game was against Brookings Harbor when we took a little, hour and a half trip down south.
Yes.
And the ladies played wonderful. They actually won 52-16. Jenna Willis was our athlete of the game for that one. And I tell you, man, it was just phenomenal. I mean, the girls came out and played really well. We were able to bring the bench, if you will, out onto the court also because, with the score being the way it was also, and that helped out our ladies to be able to get some more play time in. It's just a really, really good situation all the way around for the Lady Red Devils. So they're coming off the championship from the Bandon Dunes tournament, and just a lot of great things that the Lady Red Devils are experiencing. But I'm going to let you take care of that lineup for the Marshfield coming out.
Okay, starting tonight for the Marshfield Pirates, number 10, Ava Ainsworth. Number 12 is Morgan Ainsworth. I'm assuming they're sisters. Ava's in 12th grade. Morgan's in the 11th. Number 15, Quinn Button. Number 24 is Haley Clark. And number 42 is Tatum Montiel. And that's the starting lineup for the Marshfield Pirates.
Yeah, we got a little story about our Coach Marty with Marshfield. We'll entertain a little later as well. Starting up, number 5 for Lady Red Devils, that is Jenna Willis. Number 10, it is Taylor Kellner. Number 11, we got Cynthia Salazar. Number 22, it's Lexi Lucatero. And following up is number 24, Holly Bijou. I mentioned Marty and Marshfield because there's I think it was a year, might have been 2 now. Anyway, Marty was actually the coach for the Lady Pirates.
Is that right?
For a couple of seasons.
How about that?
When Marty left Myrtle Point Bobcats, Marty was over there with Myrtle Point for a number of years. And then he switched over, went to Marshfield for a couple of years. And then we had the opportunity to bring him over here. And that's kind of like the format that's been. So
we're about to have our tip off. And there's the tip. Goes to Coquille.
Good job by Lucatero as Bijou has it over to Kellner on the left wing. Back up top, you'll see Bijou over to Salazar on the right. Willis down in the right corner. Back up and around it goes. We're going to see it go inside to Lucatero, but the ball gets swatted away. And Salazar's fighting for it.
And it looks like Marshfield comes up with the ball. Down in the backcourt, that's Ainsworth, and she brings it up over the timeline. Moves down the right-hand side. Ball through the low post. Up shot, no good. Coquille with the rebound.
Lucatero brings it down and finds Bijou. Was looking for Salazar up to Taylor, but it's too strong. Luke Terrell brings it up and down for 2. Puts the first 2 on the board.
And inbounding is Ainsworth. Back and forth to Ainsworth. And a shot down onto the front court into the corner is saved. Stolen by Coquille.
She tried to throw it off of a Coquille player to go to out of bounds. Did not work as VJ brings it down. Looking for a lane, goes around. Willis has it, puts it up, and is fouled. Yeah, the Ainsworth girls are sisters.
Cousins.
Oh,
Cousins?
they're cousins?
Yeah.
Okay. We have Ava and Morgan Ainsworth.
So we're going to have Willis at the line shooting a couple. First foul goes out to the Lady Pirates. As Willis's shot, her first one's a little strong, hits the back rim, comes back at her. She'll attempt for her second. And it's good. Puts 3 points on the board for Coquille. Marshfield currently has none.
Ball is inbound to Ainsworth. Overhead to Montiel. Long shot down into the front court. Back to Ainsworth on the right-hand side. Trying to get inside, and there's one at the top of the key. Ball shot down to the low post and comes back up onto the wing. Top of the key, Ainsworth with a strong three-pointer. No good. Coquille rebound.
VG's coming down the right side. She's got Willis on the top. Back over to Kellner. Luca Terra underneath. She puts it up. Ball gets rejected.
Ainsworth. A shot back to Ainsworth on the left-hand side of the court. Headed down into the front court. Double teamed. Overhead shot is stolen by Salazar.
Salazar gets it to VG. She's got an open lane on the layup, and it's good for 2 off the glass.
5-zip as the ball is inbound for Marshfield. And there's Montiel back and forth between Montiel and Ainsworth. She's on the left-hand side of the court. Heads out center court over the timeline. Runs into trouble, jump ball.
Oh, they're going to say a foul.
Salazar.
Yep.
That's too bad.
Well, you know, we were teasing the Salazar sisters because, you know, with Cynthia with her high score of 20 and her sister, who's on the JV, got 22 the other night. We go, so, how is it there, Miss Cynthia? She laughs because I'm so happy for my sis.
Ainsworth inbound to Button and back to Ainsworth. She's taking a three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. The rebound goes back to the Red Devils.
And that was Kellner that grabbed hold of it, who finds Viju coming down court. She's looking for a lane. Bounce pass. It goes to Lucatero. Hits the deck out to Willis. Back over to Viju. Viju looking inside. There's nobody there. Has to come back to the top of the key. Pushes Kellner over. There's Salazar. Takes it to Willis. Willis fakes it. Salazar comes in a backward hook, but it's no good.
She stepped out of bounds.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds and then came back around.
Yeah.
Montiel inbounding, and it's picked up by Button. Long pass to Ainsworth. She brings it all the way downtown for a layup. 2 points on the board for Marshfield. 5 for Coquille as Coquille takes it away.
Kellner with the ball down on the left wing. Back over to Viju. Comes around the top part of the key. Finds Salazar on the right. First game in a while, Salazar has not had that hand wrapped either.
Yeah, did she have like a sprained thumb?
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
Lucatero with a 15-foot jumper, and it's good.
Beautiful shot. Marshfield inbounding. Ball comes into Button. She heads down the sideline on the right-hand side. Overhead pass is picked up by Ainsworth. Pass cross court to Ainsworth. From the wing, the shot goes up for 3, no good. Out of bounds on the baseline. That ball will be inbounded by the Red Devils.
So that'll be Lucatero inbounding to Viju. They got Salazar on the right corner. Counter on the left. Comes over to Salazar on the ring, right-hand side. Counter has it, looks at a three-pointer, wants to go back around the top. Counter once again with the ball. There goes Lucatero. She tries to move it down on the other corner. There's Willis with the bounce pass back up top over the counter. Viju has control of it. Back over to Salazar. Passes high, but she regains. Shot clock's down to 4. She got to make it happen. Lucatero shoots it up, but it's no good. Grabs her own rebound. And then it goes off as she couldn't keep control of it. Great hustle to go ahead and be there as it was.
You bet. Tatum Montiel on the baseline, inbounding for Marshfield. And into Ainsworth, back to Montiel to Button and back to Ainsworth down the left-hand side.
Back and forth. Oh, no, timeout.
Timeout call.
Man, that was close to going back way. But we do have a timeout call by Marshfield. And the score, Coquille 7, Marshfield 2. And once again, we're looking at Marshfield. They are a 4A ball club.
Yes.
And what's interesting is you get the men's coach, which is Ainsworth, down here actually talking with the girls, actually the Ainsworth girls, to go ahead and make things happen. I don't know if Coach Ainsworth actually does both. It looks like he does coach boys and girls. As I mentioned, I remember when he first came into the program from Marshfield as an assistant, and now obviously the head coach. And either the Lady Pirates head coach couldn't make it, and he's filling in, or maybe he just does both.
Sure. Boy, he'd have his hands full with both ball clubs, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
He has really progressed into a very, very good coach. I know I mentioned during the boys' game, he used to be very, very anxious. I think that's a good word to use. Very, very vocal. And, well, he's a lot calmer. He's gotten older.
I mean, it is hard not to be anxious, even on the court, like watching sometimes. Like, I get anxious up here.
Yeah.
Marshfield inbounding to Ainsworth in the backcourt. Salazar putting the pressure on her. As she moves over the timeline, pick a set for her and a pass back to Button. On the wing, three-point shot goes up, no good. And out of bounds on the baseline.
And that went off Lucatero's fingers, and she just couldn't get the hand on it.
So Marshfield will stay in possession of the ball. Button will inbound at their low post. They're looking to get that ball in. They find Ainsworth on the wing. She takes a three-point shot, hits the bucket, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
Brought down by Willis over to Bijou. Quick down pass to Kellner. She puts it up off the rim, no good as the Coquille girls fight over it, and so does Marshfield. Kellner tried to get her own rebound, and Lucatero was right there as well.
So there's Montiel on the baseline for Marshfield, and she inbounds.
Kellner steals it. Quick shot over to Bijou. She puts it up and rolls around, and it drops. 9-2, Coquille up by 7.
Marshfield inbound. Ainsworth back to Montiel. Pass into the front court. And down onto the paint. There's Button. She loses control of the ball. Caught on a travel.
Good defense by Lucatero. She spun around. All of a sudden, Lucatero was right there. Boxed her right in. There's the pass to Bijou coming in down the court quickly. Lady Red Devils got to keep that fast pace going against the Marshfield Pirates. Intended pass to Salazar was intercepted.
And stole by Button. Marshfield still in the back court. A hand off to Ainsworth, and she moves off towards the left-hand side. Salazar putting the pressure on, and she makes it to the top of the key. Button down, and Montiel at the low post. She's double-teamed. Ball comes back out to Button from the corner. She drives forward. Shot's no good. Coquille ball.
So Bijou with the quick pass down to Kellner. Over to Salazar, but gets slapped out of bounds by Marshfield. So it was a great thought to go with the quick give and go. It's just good defense by the Lady Pirates. Kellner gets ready for the inbound pass, trying to find somebody. She's got to hurry.
Oh.
And it goes off of Willis's hand out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover.
That puts Tatum Montiel on the baseline for Marshfield inbounding.
So we got 2:19 here left in the first to score 9-2. Trujillo will be coming in for Kellner.
Montiel inbound to Button. Right side, bringing it down the sideline. Overhead pass is blocked by Lucatero.
She's built a wall right there. She's not getting through.
And a Montiel pass back into the backcourt. There's Ainsworth. Salazar putting the pressure on her as she tries to get down the sideline over into the front court, and she does. A pick a set for her. Overhead pass. Makes it all the way down into the corner, and it's picked up. Taken by Coquille.
Salazar slotted it right out of her hand to Willis. Willis has got to hand it right into to Bijou. Bounce pass to Lucatero. Couldn't handle it, and she was double teamed in below. And it looks like she recovers for a jump ball.
Yeah, it was just too low to her feet. Trying to bend down if it like goes in between your feet is tough under that low post.
Right. So Lucatero's going to take
the officials are trying to get a red double down there.
Leighton comes on the court. Bijou's going to inbound the pass all the way outside of Trujillo. She takes up a three-pointer. It's around, but no good. That's gonna. Oh, I thought that went off the Marshfield there at the end.
Apparently not.
Leighton and Salazar was going for it.
So we have Montiel on the baseline. She inbounds and finds Button down in the corner on the back court, down the sideline and over the timeline. She's double teamed.
Yes.
Turnover, Coquille.
Good defense. Once again with that double team right there at the half court mark. Causes her foot just to move enough to go out of bounds. So Willis is going to inbound the pass. Finds Viju. She's going to come across the timeline to the top of the key. Finds Salazar. 3-point shot is up. Back of the rim, no good.
And the rebound goes to Stallard on the court now. It's pass to Ainsworth, and she'll take it over to the right-hand side. Back court, Salazar putting the pressure on. Overhead pass down onto the wing, and they find Wallach.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul that's going to go against Viju.
Checking into the court is Button. Gwen Button, she'll be inbounding in front of the Coquille bench. Ball is inbound to Ainsworth. Marshfield in their front court. Ainsworth from the top of the key looks at a three, but passes down into the corner. Driving from the corner, and we take a tumble down there next to the baseline. I don't know, is that a foul?
It was a foul on Leighton. Leighton came in fast and didn't have her feet set and got a block called on her.
So we have 2 fouls against Coquille, 1 against Marshfield with 1:08 left in the first. The score's 9-2 Coquille. Marshfield inbounds. There's Button under their low post. And the ball comes into the corner. Ainsworth back to Button. She's double teamed. Ball comes back out to the foul line, then to the low post, and the ball is missed. That ball was intended for Ailey Clark, out of bounds, to be handed over to Coquille. They'll inbound.
And Nelson comes in for Salazar. She grabs the ball and comes across the timeline over to Willis. Trujillo in the left corner. Nelson comes back up on the left wing to help out. She needs to get in 3-point range.
And the ball is intercepted by Marshfield. She steps out of bounds.
Well, Nelson threw the pass over, as you mentioned. It gets intercepted. And then she jumped up quickly for the defense and was able to cause her to step out of bounds. So good job by Nelson. So here comes Viju again. Pass is intended for Nelson, but the ball gets intercepted.
Ainsworth taking the ball down the timeline. And into the corner for Button. At the low post, back out. 3-point shot goes up, no good. And the rebound goes back from the low post. The shot went up. Coquille with the rebound.
Good defense by Willis. Goes to Leighton. Over to Viju coming down the right-hand side. Nelson on the 3-pointer. It's good. That's a 3-pointer, girl.
That's Nelson's signature shot right there as the ball's inbound for Marshfield. There's Button heading down the right-hand sideline. She drives inside. Ball gets loose, up. And that's the end of the period, ladies and gentlemen. With the score, the Coquille Red Devils at 12 and the Marshfield Pirates at 2.
And once again, because of the defense, I say this, I know I say it often, okay? But it's a true story. The defense that the Lady Red Devils have is phenomenal. And I haven't seen all the different schools, of course, but we've seen enough to kind of have a fairly good idea that they have got one of the best defense out here, period.
Yes.
And they're going up against a 4A school. I don't know what the stats are. I don't know what the wins and losses and where they're actually at. Maybe we can find that out later on. But the thing of it is that with this being in mind, okay, the defense is phenomenal, and they've been very consistent. They've done the same thing time after time after time to be able to play that consistent defense, and it just gives everybody havoc. It's like double teaming at the half-court mark.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then, the opposition stepping out of bounds or whatever the case is, breaking it up, the quick pass down court, layup for 2. I mean, it just, it goes back and forth and very, very consistent, and it does nothing but causes havoc.
Yeah, I see some heads spinning down there on the court, that's for sure. As we go into the second period brought to you guys by CarQuest Auto Parts. Hope you're enjoying the game. Ball is inbound for Marshfield. Ainsworth in the backcourt. Trujillo putting the pressure on as Ainsworth gets down into the front court. Overhead pass finds Montiel. Back to Ainsworth. In the corner, she comes inside the key, puts one up for two. No good. Rebound Marshfield. Out of bounds, the ball will be turned over to Coquille.
Did you find something on them?
I did. So.
Go ahead, you're good.
All right. So Marshfield girls, where'd it go? Are 4A. Okay, so for the Sky M League, Marshfield, their overall is 6-6. And then they've only played one league game. They have 600 points scored for them. And then against them, they've only had 504, and their ranking for OSAA is 17th.
So they're, right there in the mix of everything. So, yes, and so Coquille's got their hands full.
Yes, they
and
do.
playing extremely well. As Layton's at the line because she was fouled. Her first shot up is no good off the rim. So it's interesting to see how many points they make and how many are allowed. Pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Second shot for Layton's off the rim, no good.
Rebound back to Marshfield. Pass to Ainsworth, and she's going down the sideline. Coming out center court for Hio, putting the pressure on her. And a pass down to the low post. Makes it. And a shot goes up, and that puts two on the board. That was 8 o'clock for Marshfield.
So Willis is going to get it to Bijou coming across the timeline. Coquille just needs to remember that these girls, even though they're up by 8 right now, the tide can change at any given time because once the girls get settled in, you know that they're going to start figuring each other out. As Nelson has possession of it, over to Trujillo on the left wing extended. Trying to get inside of Layton, and Layton gets fouled, going to the line again to shoot a pair. So she was trying to make that shot.
And that'll be 2 fouls against the Marshfield side of the ball. Scores 12-4, 6:40 left in the half.
Layton's first shot is up, hits the back of the rim, no good, just a little strong. We're going to have Kellner and Salazar come on for Nelson and Trujillo.
And Kaylee Wallach checking in for Marshfield.
And that shot's too strong as well, no good.
Rebound Ainsworth.
So Layton does miss their last 4 shots at the line.
Ball moves down, and they find Montiel on the elbow, down to the low post. Back to Montiel. She spins, puts one up for 2, and no good. Rebound Coquille.
And that was Bijou, a long pass to Counter. She's going to bring it down, tries to get it going, but it's going to be a jump ball call. Lucatero's coming back on the court. That'll be for Layton. Good job out there by Miss Bristol Layton tonight. Bijou will be inbounding the ball. Goes to Counter on the wing. Bijou comes back in. Bounce pass to Willis. Willis wants to come off the glass, and it's good for a pair. 14-4 with 6:03 left in the second.
And Marshfield inbounding. There's Ainsworth taking it down the right-hand side of the court. And they find Montiel on the elbow. She puts one up for 2. And no good.
That'll go off of Marshfield's hands. Out of bounds it goes, so Lucatero will go ahead and inbound it to Bijou. Bijou's coming to bring it down. She got down to Kilner on the left. Salazar coming up to the top of the key. She's going to head that direction. She's got Kilner on the left. Bijou comes over to help out. A little inside jump shot goes up, but it hits the rim. It's no good. Brought down by Salazar. Finds Willis. Willis, I'm surprised she didn't spin to make that shot. Finds Kellner on the far side of the other court. Bijou. Willis to Salazar. Oh, take that three-pointer. There it is. 3-point shot by Salazar, but it's off the rim. No good. It's going to be a foul that's going to go against Marshfield.
Yeah, that one's on Morgan Ainsworth.
And that's going to put, what, is it 3 or 4 now?
That'll be 3, boss.
3 against Marshfield.
Yeah.
5:09 left. In the second, Bijou gets it into Kellner on the left wing. Willis comes down in the corner. Lucatero takes a little jump shot. It hits the rim, no good.
We got Kaylee Wallach with that rebound, and then Ainsworth coming down on the right sideline. Cynthia putting the pressure on. Crossing that half-court line, going to the left. Trying to get it to Ainsworth, and it's intercepted by Viju.
And she's going to bring it on down court. She's got Cynthia on the side. Tried to get it to her, but the pass got intercepted.
It's a jump ball on the court. It'll be Marshall ball. Lee Montiel inbounding on the back court. Getting the ball to Ava Ainsworth on the right sideline, giving it back to Montiel. To Morgan Ainsworth on the left sideline. Going towards the middle. Hitting Kaylee Wallach on the right wing. Taking the three, and it's good. Nothing but net. Putting Marshfield's, that's a two-pointer. 6-14.
I thought that was a three-pointer, too.
I
Just stepped in on that last.
certainly did.
Bounce pass goes inside, intended to Lucatero again. And we're going to have a timeout called for Marshfield. Yeah, those bounce passes are just not up high enough, like you were saying. It's getting too
we
low.
had a problem with that in years prior when I played. Like Marty would say, like you have to. There's a certain like angle to hit it at. If you bounce it right at their feet, you can't get it as a post. So
Exactly.
I remember being told that, and we worked on it. And sometimes it's just like something easy that you forget, and that's happening to us right now.
Yes, Coquille's got to continue with that momentum that they've gotten with the good defense and the shots. They've actually here in the second have missed quite a few shots actually going up, which is could definitely be detrimental. The score of 14-6 currently. Although we're only halfway through the second, there's 4 minutes and 14 seconds left. There's 3 fouls for Marshfield and for Coquille.
It's been a fairly clean game. The first period there was only 3-1. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
And Marshfield is going to have possession.
So we got Montiel inbounding as Morgan Ainsworth, all of Marshall's down in the backcourt trying to get the ball in. So we got the ball into Kaylee Wallach, giving it to Morgan Ainsworth on the right sideline, crossing half-court line. Getting the pressure on by Salazar. Montiel with the ball, giving it to Ailey Clark in the corner. Giving it back to Montiel, back out to Clark. To Morgan as it gets tipped out of bounds by Salazar, so it'll be Marshfield ball on the right sideline. We got Ailey Clark inbounding, giving it to Ainsworth. Ainsworth back to Clark in the right short corner, giving it back to Morgan Ainsworth, going to the top of the key, driving, giving it to Ava Ainsworth, going off her on the backboard, and the shot's no good.
And there'll be a foul called to get Marshfield.
Yeah, that one's on Wallach. Yeah.
That's 4 fouls against the Marshfield ball.
So Lucatero will inbound. There's no pressure in the backcourt. Bijou easily brings it across the timeline. Kellner on the left. Got Salazar here on the right. Goes down to Salazar. 3-point shot is up. Oh, hits the rim. No good. Boy, she's missed a few tonight.
We got Ava Ainsworth with that rebound, giving it to Morgan Ainsworth, going down that right sideline, trying not to dribble into the trap between Salazar and Kellner. Giving the ball to Montiel. Jump ball.
Good job by Salazar to get in there just in time.
Yeah. Well, she can sneak in there behind their like blind spot and then just grab the ball. I've seen her do it so many times.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So we'll take that. Bijou coming again down the court. Salazar on the right wing. Looking for something inside. Got to go back out top to Kellner and back around to Salazar. Kellner and Salazar just going back and forth so we can get the girls moving and get something open. They try to go inside to Lucatero, but it gets slapped away.
That is blocked by Montiel. The ball ends up in Morgan Ainsworth's hands. Going to the right sideline with Salazar putting the pressure on, being screened by Montiel. Ainsworth passing it to Clark in the low post. Shot goes up and it's no good. It's out of bounds off Coquille, so it'll be Marshfield ball at the baseline.
Yeah, Bijou was trying to grab hold of that, just went out of bounds.
Yeah. So we got Wallach on the baseline. Looking in the paint, trying to get it to Montiel, and it's forced out of bounds by Lucatero. It'll be Marshfield ball. Back on the baseline. We got Clark inbounding. Clark giving it to Montiel on the right wing. Driving towards the elbow, trying to go in and gets fouled in the paint. Oh.
Offensive foul, I do believe.
So we have Coquille shooting, I believe.
It should be.
If it's off Marshfield,
Well, wait a minute. Now
now
they're
it's saying it's Coquille. There's some confusion amongst the officials.
exactly, and now they're saying it was off of Salazar.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. If they were going to call it, it looked like it was off Salazar from my perspective. But the other official believed it was offensive. So that'll be Coquille's first team foul of the period.
Okay, Trujillo's going to come in now for Salazar.
So we got Clark lined up on the baseline. Looking for the pass, goes out in the left corner to Ainsworth. Ainsworth dribbling around, coming in, spinning up for a floater, and the shot's good.
So here comes Bijou, a quick pass to counter down court. Gonna get it back out to Bijou. Pass to the counter got blocked by Marshfield, goes out of play with 2:23 left in the second period. 3 fouls for Marshfield, 1 for Coquille. The score of 14-8. Coquille is up.
So we got Trujillo inbounding on the left sideline.
And that's going to pass. It'll come into Bijou to counter. She'll go back and forth with Bijou. Shot clock is at 18. 3-point shot, no good by Trujillo.
We got Morgan Ainsworth with that rebound. Flying on the left sideline, crossing the half-court line, coming to the top of the key, getting a pass to Clark. Clark to Wallach, trying to getting it back to Morgan Ainsworth. To Ava Ainsworth with a little post. Shot goes up, it's no good, but there's a foul on the court by Lucatero. That'll be Coquille's second team foul, putting Ava Ainsworth at the line.
Score is 14-8 with a minute 58 left here in the second period.
This is a very competitive game, low scoring and everything. Ava with her first shot. Shot's up, and it's good. We got 9 for Marshfield. Second shot being set up by Ainsworth. Shot's up, and it's no good. Willis with the rebound.
2. Holly's got to bring it down the right-hand side. Puts up a three-pointer. That's Bijou, but it's no good. Brought down by Lucatero. Hits the front of the rim, no good.
We got a rebound by Stallard, giving it to Morgan Ainsworth. Morgan flying down the right sideline. Getting pressure put on by Kellner and Trujillo. Giving the pass to Stallard in the right corner, and it gets stolen from the pass.
So he steals it and gets it out to Bijou. She comes off the glass, but it's no good. She misses. And we're going to have a jump ball.
We got an injury on the court between Bijou and Ainsworth. Ainsworth fell, and it looks like she got her head.
Yeah, it looks like she hit her head.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, it's tough.
Those hurt, too. Sometimes it knocks you out pretty bad. Looks like she's good, though. She'll be subbed out. She's walking it off. That's a good sign.
Coach had something to say from Marshfield to the official.
So we got
Yeah, but that rolls off their back like water on a duck.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You have to if you're an official.
This stuff happens. They're going to hit the deck,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So we got Montiel inbounding, giving it to Morgan Ainsworth. Morgan coming down the right sideline, giving it back to Montiel at the top of the key, and Holly steals it out of her hands.
And here comes Bijou. Bounce pass to Trujillo. Off the glass. It's good. 16-9.
Montiel inbounding to Morgan Ainsworth. Morgan coming down the left sideline. Giving it to Wallach on the left. Looking at the shot, giving it back to Ainsworth. Ainsworth taking the screen by Montiel and gets fouled off her three-point shot by Trujillo. No shot, but she'll be going to the line. She'll be shooting 3.
That was a oops.
Yeah.
That was a oops. You don't want to foul when they're shooting 3.
No, that was a deep 3, too. So Ainsworth's first shot is up. And it's good. We got some sub-ins for Marshfield. Or I think we're just having some discussion between the coach. Ainsworth's second shot is up. And it's good.
Trying to get somebody on the left line.
Well, yeah, because they're making a good little comeback here. Now it's 16-11 currently.
Yeah, these 3 free throws were not good for them. And she makes her third 3 for 3
So,
by Ainsworth.
12 points for Marshfield, 16 for Coquille. Coquille finds the lead slowly going away. Wish they can bring it back here. There's Kellner down in the key. Pass is intended for Willis. Went back to Kellner, but the ball gets stolen.
We got Ainsworth coming across. Pressure put on by Trujillo. Giving the ball to Stout in the low post. She fights it back to Ainsworth.
Ball got hit by Bijou. Goes to Trujillo to Kellner. Kellner's looking where to take it. Goes to Trujillo. Inside to Lucatero off the glass. There's another 2 points for us.
That was a good look by Kellner and Trujillo. So we got the ball into Ainsworth. Ainsworth on the left side, going all the way to mid-court, trying to cross that half-court line. Trujillo's putting the pressure on. Ainsworth to Montiel at the right elbow to Clark in the short corner. Giving it to Wallach, to Montiel, to Ainsworth in the right wing extended, taking the deep three, and it's no good. And that is the end of the second half.
And that's the half, ladies and gentlemen, with the score, the Coquille Red Devils at 18 and the Marshfield Pirates at 12.
Well, for your Les Schwab Tire Center halftime report, of course, Les Schwab Tire Center, Coquille, North Bend, Coos Bay, and Reedsport. Take care of all your tire needs, that's for sure, especially when it comes to chains. That's one of the things that Les Schwab Tire Center has done forever, and that is supply your vehicle with chains for when you go up to the snow, in case you need that little extra just that little extra protection, a little extra traction, whatever it is that you might be needing. And the great thing is that if you don't use them, well, just bring them back and you'll get a 100% refund, which really does make it convenient for people that are traveling up to the snow country, if you will. Now, for a recap, Coquille was able to put 12 points on the board in the first and held Marshfield to only 2. Great defense, made some really good shots and moving forward. Although here in the second, Marshfield missed quite a few shots. It was kind of like flip-flop back and forth, if you will. Coquille was only able to put down 6. Marshfield was able to put down 10. So Coquille going into the halftime, they're still up, but it's not the lead they had at one time, but they're still up by a few. That's the score of 18-12.
Yeah, that 10-point gain in the second period. Marshfield just kind of came alive. And so they're in the locker room right now, both teams formulating their strategy. I'm sure Coach Marty is straightening out a few things, and we'll see Coquille come back out onto the court.
Well, yeah, and the thing of it is that, both teams are settling in, especially Marshfield. And I got to find out if Ainsworth from Marshfield is actually the girls' coach or the boys, because he seems more assertive with the girls' team, and I can't remember, and I don't want to say which is which. Obviously, one of the coaches probably just couldn't make it. It's a Saturday.
That's true.
But anyway.
So on OSAA, it says Teresa D is the head coach for the girls' basketball program.
So obviously, she just couldn't make it. So.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Ed Tyra over there. Yeah, I know. There you are, Ed. Yeah, you can't hear nothing anyway, so don't worry about it. I was over at Ed's place watching some football yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, well, him and Susie are beautiful people, and just really appreciate them very much. Of course, they're out here to see Oakley Johnson, and then, of course, they come out and watch the games and support the games as a whole. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on for a fundraiser for a project graduation, but here's what I've been teasing. I came up with this crazy idea about having an annual game at the end of season, which has got to be done very quickly, right after state, because track starts the next day or something like that?
Yeah, it's the first week of March.
So it's got to be something done really, really quickly. But here's what we've come up with. We would love to see an annual game done between the boys and the girls at the end of season.
At the end of season.
And make it to where all the gate money, let's just say, will go toward the winning team. Have some kind of maybe sweatshirts made up, with some kind of a slogan.
Yeah, we beat the boys or we beat the girls.
Yeah, and the year and the score, and maybe it could be, battle at the hoop or something. I don't, but have a title and have some sweatshirts made up, and let the gate money go ahead and pay for that, or do something special, for the winning team. And then we were thinking, what we can do, a big pizza get together afterwards, like down at Denny's or something like that.
We'll go down and invade Denny's. You bet.
So do something like that, or have Denny's bring pizza here, but it'd probably be more feasible for both teams to go to Denny's, maybe just take over where the kids area is, whatever. So maybe, I talked to Coach Brandon. I talked to both coaches, actually. Coach Marty even said, hey, I think it'd be fun. I think it's a good idea.
It would be a lot of fun.
Talked to Tony Jones, our AD, and he said, hey, man, I know the guy that's got the key to the gym. So we're going to try to put that together. As we say, we've got, depending on when the state tournament's going to be, I haven't looked that far yet, but depending on that, and then, of course, with track and everything else, and there's a few basketball players that are part of track also, and so it would have to be done at the end of state because we don't want anything going on, to interfere with state.
Absolutely.
No injury or nothing like that. Yeah. So anyway, it sounds like a really great idea. I know Coach Brandon said, well, maybe we can get an alumni gang, at the same time.
Me and Kel and I were talking about that when I used to play, because there's a lot of players that, I see a couple out here right now that I played with when I was a freshman and stuff, so I think that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. Just go ahead and put a couple of 10-minute halves together, or periods, whatever you want to call it, and just go ahead and play it. And but we're definitely going to try to see if we can't make that an annual event for the basketball, boys and girls. And I think it would be cool to kind of have a sweatshirt that, could be done every year or something anyway.
I'd rock one.
You
betcha.
Me both.
Well, it's got to be something like that, so where it could be, I don't know. I think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to do. You'd have a lot of T-shirts, or sweatshirts running around that would say this year, and then another one for the next year.
And so forth.
Guys, you start collecting them and start putting them up in the hall of the high school or something, Maybe I might even be able to get a plaque put up in the gymnasium, but just something to make it a fun, good time. And it was funny because somebody said, well, I'm putting my money on the girls this year, and I said, well, I'd put my money on both. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I know my grandsons belong to the Mat Club for the Bobcats.
Right.
And those little guys come up with a sweatshirt every year.
Yeah.
It's the second year for my oldest grandson.
I think it'd be a blast.
It would be great.
So now, project graduation for Coquille is coming up in March. And I know for a number of years I had the honor of being able to go ahead and do the auctioneering for it. And then, of course, when I had my accident, I took that year off and had another very, very good friend of mine step in and start doing the auctioning. And so he does it now and does a fantastic job. But we were talking about the bake sale, too, that's going on tonight, and that's going to be for the class of 25. What's this other fundraiser they got going over here? Dan?
Well, this is a raffle fundraiser, and all proceeds benefit the Coquille Project Graduation 2025. It's a drug and alcohol-free graduation party. There's some fantastic prizes to be had out there. First prize is Springfield Armory Model 2020 Boundary 7mm PRC. 24-inch bolt-action rifle. The second prize is a Bersa 9mm semi-automatic pistol with a cleaning kit and a hard case. And the third prize is G-Force Arms 12-gauge shotgun. The tickets are $25 a piece. You can get 5 for $100. And the drawing will be held March 15th. During the Project Graduation Live auction. You don't have to be present to win, and there's only 725 tickets printed. So make sure you get your ticket. The winner must be 21 years of age and pass a required background check.
Man, I tell you what, and they're going to be here at the next home game, which is next Friday, selling those tickets also. I wish I was old enough. I'd go ahead and buy some tickets.
Oh, I'm 21 3 times. Maybe I should buy 3, huh?
Well, they were talking to me about it, and I said, well, I ain't got the cash on me tonight, but I'll tell you what. I'll bring a $100 bill next Friday, and I'll go ahead and get it. Win or lose it, it doesn't matter.
It goes to the student party.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That benefits me.
That's right. Well, I don't really have anything to do with Project Graduation's auction and dinner, but like I said, because I just don't do the auctioning anymore.
Well, then it's just fine for you to buy tickets.
So, then I'm going to go anyway. I'm going anyway
Yeah.
because I just want to get in on it. Because you know what I want to do? I want to get in on the auction because they have amazing stuff.
Is that right?
Oh, man. I'm gonna tell
You got me talked into it. I'll have to come with you.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm going. And they always have a great dinner.
Oh, I'm there.
So
if they're going to feed me, I'm
That's
there.
how I feel about
Yeah,
is
man.
they going to be at the Elks again?
I
Do you know?
so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's normally always at the Elks. Besides, I'm going to be buying $100 worth of tickets. I got to show up so I can collect.
Yeah, you might. Oh, gosh. I'll tell you what, that 7mm rifle would be nice to have.
Well, I don't really need either one because that's what I was telling you. So I've already got most of what you're going to be but, raffling off.
Oh, there's always room for one more in this.
Yeah, I know. All right, go for it.
All right. You calling Coquille?
Yep.
All right.
So we're having some problems with the clock. It says we still have 7 seconds left, so we're just letting it run before we start the third period.
Trying to straighten her out here.
Yeah.
There we are. There's the
Alrighty.
magical buzzer.
Now we're at 8 minutes. So we'll have Lucatero inbounding on the sideline. Ball's in. Giving it to Viju. Viju coming to the top of the key. Looking at Willis, giving it to Kellner on the left wing, extended, giving it to Salazar at the top of the key. Back to Kellner. To Viju on the cut. Viju going up for a jumper. Shot's no good.
And the rebound goes back to Marshfield. Bringing it down the timeline again. That's Button. And a pass down to Ainsworth.
We got a foul on Kellner. It'll be the first team foul of the game. And Kellner's first foul of the game.
And so we will have Gwen Button. She'll be inbounding for Marshfield. Ball is brought in and picked up by Morgan Ainsworth down onto the wing on the right-hand side. Overhead pass onto the paint is lost. Picked up by Coquille. Salazar comes up with the ball.
We got Viju coming across on the right sideline, going all the way down to the corner, giving it to Salazar on the right wing, extended, trying to get it to Kellner, and it gets intercepted.
And a steal by Button takes it all the way down to the low post and puts 2 in the bucket for Marshfield. It's a 4-point game as Coquille brings the ball into their backcourt.
We have Holly Cross on that half-court line. At the top of the key, to Kellner in the left corner. Back to Viju. Viju coming to the top of the key. Back to Kellner. To Viju in the left corner. To Kellner at the left wing extended. Trying to get it to Willis, but it's swatted by Marshfield.
And Marshfield, Ainsworth taking it down the sideline on the right-hand side. Salazar putting the pressure on as she gets to the top of the key. Pass to Button. 3-point shot goes up, and it's good.
It is a 1-point game. So we got Viju coming down midcourt. Looking at Salazar. Still waiting. Giving it to Salazar on the right wing extended. Salazar giving it to Willis. To Lucatero on the low post. Going up for the shot. Shot's good. And she gets fouled in the process. We got a 3-point play for Lucatero. Still got 1 shot coming up. So we got Coquille at 20 and Marshfield at 17. Trujillo coming in for Kellner.
And checking in for Marshfield is Kaylee Wallach.
So we have Lucatero setting up her first shot. First and only shot. Shot's up. And it's no good.
A little too strong, and a rebound goes to Marshfield. Ainsworth bringing it down the right-hand sideline. Switches, goes out center court. Pass out back to Ainsworth center court. She drives towards the top of the key. Pass to the low post. Then from the foul line. Ball moves out to the wing. 3-point shot goes up, no good. Rebound, Coquille, as Holly takes a shot to the face.
Yeah, Viju with that rebound. Going all the way down on the lane, taking the layup, and it's good. Coquille 22. Marshfield 17.
As Marshfield brings it over the timeline, that's Ainsworth. Pass down to the low post. On to the foul line. Shot goes up. It's blocked by Coquille.
Blocked by Lucatero, giving the ball to Viju on the right sideline, driving in, giving it to Trujillo. Trujillo to Willis. To Lucatero in the paint. Lucatero spinning, going up. It's no good.
Rebound Marshfield. Ainsworth taking it down. That's Morgan Ainsworth on the sideline. Comes over the timeline and moves towards the top of the key. Moves off to the left. Shot to the low post. Ball goes up, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
Lucatero with that rebound, giving it to Viju. Viju feeding it to Salazar, the right wing. Going back to Viju. All the way across to the left corner to Trujillo with the shot up, and it's good.
Marshfield inbounding from their baseline. Salazar putting the pressure on as they try and get through the backcourt. Double teamed Ainsworth. She gets over the timeline with a pass down onto the foul line. Timeout called on the Marshfield bench.
We saw Coquille on most of those plays getting a shot off and making it.
Yeah.
They had a good back-to-back couple of runs.
Very good. You bet. And this third period is brought to you guys by O'Neill's Overhead Doors and Continuous Gutter, which we hope you're enjoying the game.
We got a full timeout by Marshfield. Looks like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to
okay.
mention a few sponsors that we haven't mentioned tonight. We'd like to thank our friends at Roseburg Forest Products and CarQuest Auto Parts, Econo Reuter and Brown Trucking and Development, O'Neill's Overhead Doors and Continuous Gutters, Midwest Coast Flooring, Coospe Toyota, Norway Land and Livestock, and of course our friends at the Sawdust Theater. Thank you so much for your support of the Coquille Red Devils.
And, I was just thinking about Patrick, the owner of Econo Reuter.
Yeah.
He was over, well, he wasn't at our place, but he was right next door to us here, I don't know, all day yesterday. Him and the guy that he had working with him, I tell you, I thought they were mud bogging next door.
Oh, right.
Well, there's a line that was clogged up, and I said, Patrick, you guys want coffee or something? He said, no. I said, what the heck are you doing over there? It looked like you have mud bugs there just full of mud.
Yeah.
And he said, well, we had to dig out this pipe. He said, there's some kind of blockage. Come to find out, it's an older house, and the drain pipe was almost like paper, but there was a fitting that actually went down the regular pipe and was blocking it, so they had to dig it all out, clear it out, and put in new pipe.
Holy smokes, what a nightmare. Marshfield caught on a travel, and that ball will be turned over to Coquille. Yeah, Econo Reuter can handle just about any of your plumbing needs.
We got Viju on the court with the ball at the top of the key, giving it to Salazar on the right wing, extended. Going to Trujillo on the left, to Viju in the left corner, taking the three. No good, just a little too strong. Willis with that rebound, giving it to Salazar. Back to Viju. Viju to Salazar on the right corner. Salazar with the three. Good, nothing but net. We got a 10-point lead for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Coquille regaining their 10-point lead as Marshfield goes back and forth between the Ainsworth cousins and brings it over the timeline. Ainsworth moves all the way down to the lane line and puts it up, draws a foul.
Yeah, I think that foul will be on Trujillo, push in the back. Again, Ainsworth to the line shooting two. Signal from the official.
And here's the shot from the foul line for Marshfield. It's good. Brings him up to a score of 19. Coquille with 27. And the official is coming up to confer with another official on the sideline.
Yeah, I think it had to do with something in the Marshfield student section.
Mind your manners down there, guys. Here's a second shot for Marshfield. It's up, rolls off the bucket, no good. And out of bounds off Marshfield's hand.
Yeah, we got a foul on Lucatero pushing Marshfield out of bounds. That was on
Haley Clark.
Yeah, so it'll
who went out of bounds. 3 fouls against Coquille, 1 against Marshfield. And inbounding the ball is slapped out of bounds by Lucatero, trying to get the ball to Montiel. On the baseline is Kaylee Wallach for the Pirates. The officials bringing her over into the corner. Inbound the ball from here, he says. And trying to get the ball inbound. A high pass is picked up by Ainsworth as she drives inside. I'm not sure what was called.
Me neither. I think it's another foul on Salazar.
Oh, boy, 4 fouls for Coquille. They don't need to be in foul trouble.
No, we do not. I think that's 3 back-to-back fouls in this play.
Yeah. Long pass, Ainsworth. I don't want the Red Devils to get gun shy because of those fouls. There's Montiel, and the shot goes up too strong. Rebound Coquille.
Well, once you get in foul trouble and it's a close game, that can be like the deciding factor.
Yes, ma'am.
So we got Salazar with the ball on the right wing, giving it to Viju on the right wing, extended, giving it to Trujillo, back to Viju, back to Trujillo, to Salazar on the left corner. Salazar looking in the paint, no one's there, giving it to Trujillo, to Viju. Viju to Trujillo, to Salazar.
10 on the
To
shot clock.
Trujillo. Clock winding down to Viju. Viju driving in, kicking back out to Trujillo. Trujillo trying to get it in to Salazar. Salazar throws it up, and nothing's there.
And Ainsworth.
Ooh. They were fighting for the ball under there, and there's a foul call. I think Salazar's thumb's bugging her again. She's got tape on it, or her finger.
Oh, the
Got
foul
hit.
went against Marshfield.
Oh, good. So we'll have Viju inbounding underneath the basket on their side of the court. Calling the play. Looking for the open player. Giving it to Salazar at the top of the three-point line. To Trujillo. Back to Salazar. To Willis. To Trujillo. To Salazar. Trying to get it to Trujillo, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, right into the hands of Ailey Clark, and Marshfield takes it off into the front court, and that is Ainsworth. Top of the key, pick a set for her. She makes it down, pass to Ainsworth down in the corner from the wing, right-hand side, circles around, hits the lane, and in the bucket for two.
We got Lucatero inbounding on the baseline. Viju coming in on the left side, giving it to Trujillo. Trujillo coming in, getting shut down by Marshfield, giving it back to Viju. Viju taking the three, and it's no good. Rebound Marshfield.
And Ainsworth in possession of the ball, double teamed as she tries to get through the back court, and she makes it over the timeline. Overhead pass, and that finds Montiel on the elbow.
We got a foul on Salazar.
Boy.
I think that's her fourth, maybe?
Well, there's 2 minutes left in the period, thank goodness.
Yeah, and there's 5 fouls for Coquille. Putting Montiel on the line.
On the foul line for Marshfield, Tatum Montiel, senior this year. And here's the shot. Up and out, no good. Bounce pass to her from the official. A quick warm-up. Here's the shot for Marshfield. Ball is up. And no good. Rebound back to Coquille.
Viju with that rebound, and we got somebody fell and then tripped Viju, so it'll be a foul on Marshfield. That'll go against Keely Wallach. So that'll be Marshfield's third foul, and Lucatero will inbound to Viju in the backcourt. Viju with the ball, crossing the half-court line uncontested. Looking in the left corner, talking to her coach. Timeout's called by Stallard.
Looking like a 2-3 zone defense being used by the Pirates right now down there as the Coquille approaches their basket. Both teams in conference right now on the sideline with a timeout. Thank you so much to our friends at Farr's Hardware and the guys out at Milky Way Feed and Tack for their support of the Coquille Red Devils.
You know, I got to tell you, Myrtle Veterinary Hospital, they have had a packed house the last 2 days. I see more darn little doggies over there, man. I tell you what, they've been busy since they opened the doors. And, you know, they're doing small animals.
When did they open the doors? Pretty recently, right?
Yeah, it's just a few days ago, actually.
dang.
Yeah, that place is just amazing. And, you know, if you want to stop by and just take a look at everything, you're more than welcome to do that. I do believe they're setting appointments now. They're doing dental now and urgent care. So
It's nice to have locally.
man, and it is state of the art. I tell you, they've got a couple operating rooms. They've got a couple of X-ray rooms. They've got all the different kennels that also has oxygen that could be supplied to the animals that might need it, come from surgery or whatnot. So it's just really an awesome
That's
opportunity.
exciting to be able to have that.
It is state of the art.
So coming in off the timeout, Viju gives the ball to Kellner, to Trujillo, back to Viju in the right corner, to Trujillo, to Kellner, to Trujillo, to Viju. Going around the three-point line, around those passes, giving it to Kellner. Kellner to Trujillo. Trying to run the play between the posts. Kellner looking to feed it in, and it's not there. To Trujillo. We got 9 seconds on the shot clock. Trujillo ended up with the ball to Kellner. Trying to get it to Willis, and it's intercepted.
Right into the hands of Ainsworth, and she'll head down the sideline on the left-hand side. Kellner putting the pressure on her as she moves towards the key. Overhead pass, and Montiel with a 2-point shot, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
Lucatero with that rebound, giving Viju the ball to Kellner for the fast layup, and the shot's good, putting Coquille 29-20.
A minute left in the third as Marshfield inbounds the ball. Ainsworth, long pass down on to Stollard. She's on the wing, right-hand side, back to Ainsworth. Top of the key, lose control, she regains control. Stollard with a 2-point shot. Goes up, hits the bucket, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
Willis with that rebound, giving it to Viju. Viju looking at Kellner, it's not there. Driving into the paint, taking a floater, and it's good.
31-20. Coquille on top as Marshfield moves the ball into their front court. There's Ainsworth down on the left-hand side. On the wing extended, top of the key. The pass goes back down to Stollard. Cross court intercepted by Coquille.
Falls right into Viju's hands. She loses control off the dribble. It'll be Marshfield ball.
Well, it's right off her left hand was that defender. And so she had to kind of cross back with it and
Yeah, well, sometimes if you're focusing on going to make the shot, you kind of forget about, like, what else is going on. Got a foul on Kellner. Coquille's 6th foul for the period. So she'll be shooting 2. Putting Ainsworth on the line.
Ainsworth on the line for Marshfield. From the foul line, here's the first shot. No good. And signal from the official, a bounce pass to her. She'll warm up one more time. Here's the second shot for Coquille. Up, out of the bucket, Coquille ball.
Viju with that rebound, flying down the court. Going to the top of the key with a long 3. It's no good.
That's the end of the third period, ladies and gentlemen. The score, the Coquille Red Devils at 31 and the Marshfield Pirates at 20.
We've seen a good game of basketball tonight.
Yeah, we really are, and really fast paces.
Yeah.
Coquille is, I don't know who's the aggressor out here on the court. The 4A team. Of course, we saw Coquille play a lot of 4A teams at the different tournaments.
Right. Well, even they played 5A teams and everything, too. Sometimes I'm pretty sure there was a few in the Marshfield tournament.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. They played a couple. They played one 5A team, a couple of 4A teams, and they did well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that right now Coquille's really shutting down Marshfield's shots is what's killing them, because Marshfield, I mean, in previous games I've watched this year, they've been trying to knock down those threes on the outside, and Coquille's not allowing that between Kellner, Trujillo, and Salazar. They're not getting those down.
Yeah, they're not. And Lucatero wreaking havoc down there.
Yeah, Willis and Lucatero both not letting that post come up for any shots between Montiel and Ainsworth. They can't get anything up between those two.
The little guy had to run out and give a little love to the official. That's great. Bless his heart.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, too, of course, with Salazar with 4 fouls on her. He came out in the third period with the thumb wrap again.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then did you notice her first shot, it went down for a 3? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
But then she got it hit really hard, too.
Right. Well, once she gets, because, I mean, when you're injured and then you, adjust your shot due to an injury, that's what, you get used to that. And then, I mean, she had it wrapped like she was injured again, took the shot, and it went in. Yep. So.
Fourth period brought to you guys by Coosbay Toyota. We hope you're enjoying the game. Marshfield with the ball. There's Button. A shot from the wing, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
So that's Viju that's going to bring it on down court on the left-hand side. Pass slapped out of bounds by Marshfield. And that's one of the things that the defense is going to have to pick it up, as well as some of the shooting, but primarily defense for the Red Devils now that Salazar is on the bench for a while. So it goes from Trujillo to Kellner to Viju. Back over to Trujillo and Kellner. They got in this trouble here in the last period.
Yeah.
They're so far out that they can't take the shot, and the defense has been all over them, and they just can't get anything inside. There's nothing clear.
Well, we got the shot clock with less than 2 seconds left.
So that's what's just tearing them up, is being so far out.
Yeah.
And there's Ainsworth bringing it over the timeline, driving towards the top of the key. Pass down. There's Button on the wing. Shot goes up for 2. No good. Rebound, Coquille.
That's VSU. Pass to Kellner, coming in on the layup off the bank. It's good for 2.
33-20. Coquille on top. Marshfield bringing it in. There's Button. She'll bring it over the timeline for the team and move off to the left-hand side.
Oh, my goodness. Come on.
We got a
Holy
foul on Viju. I think that'll be her second foul of the game. First team foul of the quarter.
Be a turnover to Marshfield. Marshfield brings it in.
Man.
I hear you, brother. Long three-pointer goes up. Oh! Can't believe they made that shot.
VSU quickly gets the ball to Kellner. She's got to slow it down, though. Finds Willis. Willis needs some help. Bounce pass over to T. Hill. Kellner comes back over on the left wing to Willis. It's a bounce pass inside to Lucatero. She puts it up, but it's no good. And she was triple teamed.
Yeah.
And Marshfield bringing it over the timeline. There's Ainsworth. Moves off center court, taking it all the way down. A quick pass. Give and go, no good. Second time up. And that's good. 33-25, Coquille as they take it away.
Yeah, as we just get going here in the final period of today's game. There's only 5:54 left in it. Trujillo on the far right wing finds Kellner. They've got to get inside. Trujillo's got to get in tighter. The defense wants to keep pushing them out. It's going to be VSU looking. Here comes Trujillo on a three-point shot. It's up. It's the rim, no good. Goes off the hand of Marshfield. Salazar is coming back in for Trujillo. 5:34 left in the game. 33-25. Coquille up by 8. Bijou with the inbound pass from underneath their basket. Got to find Kellner outside. Kellner on the left wing. Wanted to get it all the way across to Bijou, but the pass was blocked, and then it went off the hands of Coquille. Trujillo's going to come in for Kellner. Give her a break.
Ball is inbound. Marshfield. There's Ainsworth. Back court. Coming over the timeline. Coquille putting the pressure on her, and the ball down into the corner. Looks at Button. Onto the low post. Then back to the wing, right-hand side. Hand off to Button as she drives inside. Hits the paint. Draws a foul. Shot goes up for 2.
Coquille is allowing Marshall to come back into the game.
Yeah, and that foul's going to go against, I think, Lucatero.
Yeah.
I think that's her third foul.
Yep.
It's 2 team fouls right now for Coquille, none against Marshfield.
Well, as Marshall came back onto the court, they started to put more pressure on the wing when they're passing around. I mean, we can see Ainsworth coming out higher and being more aggressive. I think that's what's changing right now is Marshall's defense.
So Salazar with the ball back and forth to Trujillo. And they're just not able to get anything moving inside. As you mentioned, the defense is coming out a lot higher, forcing the Lady Red Devils to stay outside as well. But that shot clock's going to continue to work against them. Inside to Willis. Willis that gets hit over the back. That's a shot up, and it's no good by Salazar.
Marshfield with the rebound, taking it down the sideline on the left-hand side. Ainsworth pick a set as she drives forward, takes it all the way down to the paint and puts it up for 2. No good. Rebound, Coquille.
Willis brings it down quickly to Bijou. She wants to find a lane. She goes, she shoots and fouled in the process. Putting her to the line, shooting a pair with 4:17 left in the game. Coquille with 33, Marshfield with 28. So with a 5-point lead, which is not very much.
No.
Coquille's had as much as a 10. First shot's up, hits the front of the rim, no good. Coquille's actually missed quite a few shots tonight.
They have.
Agree.
Bijou's second shot, it's up. It's around the rim as well, brought down by Willis. But it's a great bank shot right there. Willis puts it back up for 2.
35-28 as Marshfield brings it on board. Cross court shot is picked up and brought over the line.
Timeout by Marshfield. They'll take a 60-second.
We got a score of 35-28. Coquille still on top. 7-point lead.
And just a quick little reminder of what we can look forward to in the coming, I almost say coming weeks, more like the coming days.
Yeah.
Of course, after tonight's game, Douglas will be coming to town, and that's going to be next Friday the 7th. So we will not have a game until then, which will be, good in a way because, first of all, it's going to give Peyton Leap time to recover from his injury of his leg.
Yeah.
And it's going to give both teams, boys and girls, just a good solid week because they've been playing a lot of games. You figure, they've been in tournaments back-to-back. They've had games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday. So they've been playing a lot of ball. So it's going to give them a good solid week of practice, but it's also going to give them a little bit of rest. So that's going to be good. But anyway, that is the first league game. It's going to be right here when Douglas comes to town. The boys will tip off at 5:30. The girls will tip off at 7. And so we would love to see the place get filled.
Yes.
And don't forget, you can go ahead and support the class of 25 with some fundraisers that they'll be doing here, including the raffle for those firearms.
Ball is inbound, and Montiel with a pass back, and 2-point shot goes up, and it's good. Coquille with a 5-point lead at 35. It's their ball.
And Bijou brings it down across the timeline with no pressure. Going to go into a 3-2 zone defense for Marshfield. Ball gets slapped around, and it was intended. The pass was going to go to Willis. A foul was called.
Yeah, that was between Button and Willis. Without the ball, she kind of shoved her pretty hard, and the ref called it.
Yep, she sure did.
So Coquille will get the ball to inbound underneath their basket. You're going to find Salazar in the right ring over to Trujillo. And they again being pushed on the outside. Biju's going to get it back to Trujillo over to Salazar here on the left wing. Finds Willis as she helps out in the corner. Back to Biju to Trujillo. They find Salazar. The shot's running. Here's a shot by Willis, but it's strong. Put back up by Biju. No foul called, and the shot is missed.
And rebound back to Marshfield as Ainsworth brings it over the timeline. Slowing things down, there's an overhead pass to Montiel and a handoff back to Ainsworth. He drives forward, hits the paint, puts one up for 2, no good. Rebound, Coquille.
Brought down by Bijou. Coquille was fortunate there because she was wide open. Pass goes down into Lucatero. She spins left, right, puts it up. It's good. Beautifully done by Lucatero down below in the paint.
Marshfield bringing the ball into the backcourt. There's Ainsworth over the timeline. Calling out a play, a pass to Montiel at the top of the key. Ball is loose.
Good job by Salazar and Bijou on that defense there as they knock it out of bounds.
And that'll put Morgan Ainsworth on the sideline.
And a timeout called by Coquille. So Marty's going to call a timeout here with 2:35 left in the ball game. Coquille is up by 7 with the score of 37-30. Both teams have 2 fouls each. We already know that Coquille is in foul trouble with Salazar with 4, Lucatero with 3, and I believe Kellner's got 3 as well. So even though Coquille's got to play a tight defense, we have seen him back off a little bit because it's way too early in the game to have anybody foul out.
Yeah,
you bet.
Well, it looks like Salad had a play to draw up for them in that timeout. I think that was the main reason they called it.
Yeah, our teams are coming back out onto the court. Salazar button up some things with Coach Stallard. And we're going to have Marshfield inbounding in front of their bench. Inbounding for them will be Gwen Button. And Button inbounding to Ainsworth. She's out in the front court, sideline left-hand side. She drives forward. The pass to the low post is up for 2. Coquille ball.
37-32, Coquille up by 5 as Bijou brings it down the timeline. You got Salazar on the right, Trujillo here on the center. Lucatero wants to drive inside, but she can't get anywhere. Gets fouled in the process of the pass that was intended for Salazar.
That foul will be on Ailey Clark. That's her second foul of the game.
And third team foul. So Salazar is going to inbound from over in front of the student section to Bijou. Bijou to here on the left. Salazar comes across, tried to get the pass down to Willis. Gets slapped away.
And picked up by Montiel. A pass out to Ainsworth. She's on the front court. At the top of the key, driving in to make a 2-point shot. No good. And out of bounds. I don't know whose hand it went off of.
Me neither. There's a lot of hands up in the air.
I'm not sure if anybody knows. Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, why not?
Full court pressure in the back. Long pass goes to Trujillo off the glass, and it's good. Great job by Bijou. And another timeout called by Coach Marty. They got that ball in. Everybody was down court on the full court press down here. Bijou saw Trujillo down at the other end, threw it down quickly. Quick 2
Football
points.
pass.
So 39-32. 3 team fouls against Marshfield, 2 against Coquille. We got Coach Marty talking to his ladies really intensely here because we already know that the last 2 minutes of this game is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Crucial, yeah.
And that's what's going to go ahead and really determine who's going to win this ball game.
Right.
It's, as Emmy's been saying, it's been a really good close offense and defense. The last 2 minutes here with, Coquille only being up by 7 and Marshfield's been coming back with some unanswered points. It's going to be tough.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
And we don't want to see the Pirates make any of those 3-pointers.
Yeah, well, and I've seen a lot of teams, certain teams come in, in the last minute. They will be down so many, and then all of a sudden they realize and don't want to lose, and then it comes like their shots are sinking and everything's going how they want it to. So we're hoping Coquille can keep the pressure on and keep things where it's at.
Absolutely, and Marshfield's going to have the ball inbound, and there's actually 1 minute and 42 seconds left, so it's less than 2 minutes.
Ball is inbound. There's Ainsworth. Going through the backcourt unopposed, comes over the timeline. Salazar meets her and puts the pressure on. She drives towards the top of the key. Ball goes down into the corner and is missed. Out of bounds will be turned over to Coquille.
That was just a complete mental error, so it's going to be a full court press here by Marshfield. They get the ball into Bijou. Bijou over to Salazar on the right side. Back to Bijou. Very nicely done to split it. Bijou goes to Trujillo. Now back over to Bijou. Trujillo in the corner. Bijou is going to be on that left wing. She can't drive it in anywhere. Salazar's got on the top now. Trujillo far outside. Turns to Willis. Ooh, touchy pass to Lucatero underneath, but it's too strong. Back Bijou. Good for a pair.
A minute left in the game as Marshfield takes the ball into their front court, down the left-hand side. Ainsworth driving all the way to the low post, trying to put it up. The shot's no good. Coquille ball.
Brought down by Willis. Here comes Bijou once again. The quick pass to Lucatero underneath, and it's good off the bank again.
Ball is inbound. Marshfield taking it over the timeline. Again, that's Ainsworth. She makes it over the center court.
Salazar stripped it. And then Bijou hits it.
Yeah, Ainsworth trying to pass it to her teammate, and Salazar was on the ground with her fighting with it, and Bijou came in and cut off that pass.
Ainsworth over the timeline. Makes it down into the corner. There's Button. She drives, loses control of the ball, regains, puts it up, and draws a foul. The shot was no good.
43-32, 19.7 seconds left in the ball game.
We got Nelson coming in for Coquille. She'll have to wait for this first shot. Same with Leighton.
Shots up, and it's no good. At the foul line again. That is Gwen Button for Marshfield.
Trujillo sits down. Willis sits down. Nelson comes in. So does Leighton. 19.7 seconds left on the clock.
A bounce pass to her, a short warm-up, and here's the shot from the foul line for Marshfield. Ball's up, and it's good. Coquille ball.
So the inbound pass goes to Bijou. The clock is running with 17 seconds, 15 seconds. Nelson over to Salazar. Salazar rolls down the right-hand side. Gets it to Lucatero. Back over to Bijou on the right side. There's 3 seconds left in the game. They're just going to walk it off. That's going to be the ball game, folks.
And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen, with the Coquille Red Devils at 43, Marshfield Pirates at 33.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about a heck of a ball game right here. Your recap is going to, as you folks figure out the athlete of the game. Post-game report brought to you by the city of Coquille. 12-2. Lady Red Devils came out strong in that first period. Never really did look back as they scored 6 in the second. Had a tough time in the second, as well as Marshfield scoring 10. So you go into halftime at 18-12. That was pretty much the closest that it really ever did get. Then when you're looking at the third period, you had 13 points scored by Coquille, 8 scored by Marshfield. So now you got that lead back once again by 11 with the score of 31-20. And then the fourth.
Red Devils.
It's even matched, but I think
you know, the Red Devils, they find themselves playing uphill quite often. They play
Yeah.
4A schools, and at the tournaments most of the time, came out great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, of course, again, we want to go ahead and that was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell you what.
that started to get a nail biter a little bit there. Not as bad as some of the games we've seen, but still, I was a little nervous.
Well, you know, we're not going to see any games now until, as I mentioned, our first league game, which is going to be Douglas, and that's actually going to be Friday, next Friday.
On the 17th.
On the 17th. So
See you there.
Yeah, we hope you all come on over and fill up the Double Dome and enjoy a beautiful game because it's going to be a good one. Douglas is always a great ball club, so we definitely look forward to that. So on behalf of Emmy and Dan and myself, thanks again for tuning in. We hope you have a great, safe rest of the weekend, and we will talk to you
On Friday.
on Friday. Good night, everybody.